Hey Freedom Gorillas, today we have the new Ruger and Magpul collaboration, the RXM. We're going to take a look at what Holosun optics fit on the RXM as well as their ability to co-witness. And for those of you who don't know what co-witnessing means, all I'm referring to is when an optic is installed on the slide, how much of the front and rear iron sights you're able to see through the optic. That way, in case of any optic failures, you're still able to use the iron sights to aim. Now the RXM is kind of like the Echelon in the sense that it has multiple footprints and it's using pins to install all of these optics. So essentially you could do anything with an RMR, a DPP, an RMSc. So I'll show you how to install all of that. Right here is the slide with the cover plate off. And then for our optics for the Holosun series, we have the SCS-320 for the DPP. For the RMR series, we have the 407C and 507C, the 508T, the 507 comp, and then the 509T. And for the K series, now, the manual does say the RMSc is going to work, and I thought that would also indicate that the Holosun K series, which is a modified RMSc, would also work if I didn't put the rear pins in, but that's not going to be the case here, unfortunately. These pins actually are too high, so if you put any of the K series on, there is a gap because Holosun has shallower holes than, say, like the Defender CCW, for example. So a true RMSc footprint will work. Any of the Holosun K series will not work. More than likely, we'll have to wait until someone makes either new pins or an adapter plate, which I imagine CHPWS will be making an adapter plate just because of how much a gap there is here as well. So let's go over the pin system and how to install these. Now out of the box, you do get this bag and it includes those 4 pins. You're going to use those 4 pins depending on the footprint. Some footprints will only use 2 pins. So we'll start with the RMR and we'll show you how to install that. And then we'll go to the DPP and then the RMSc. All right, so for the RMR series, there's 2 holes here. You're going to use the outermost holes. You're going to put the pins in the holes. And then for any of the screws for the RMR, we're going to use 6 32nd screws. 6 32nd screws do come with pretty much anything that is RMR, but just so you know, the screws will be right here. Those ones are 6 32nd, whereas the DPP and RMSc footprints are going to use M4 screws. Now, if you're using the DPP footprint, you're going to use the inner holes for the front and just make sure you add the pins on the back. And then something like the SCS-320 will fit right on there. And again, you're using M4 screws with this. Now for the K series, any of the Holosun K series will not work. More than likely, we'll have to wait until someone makes either new pins or an adapter plate. And there's everything that'll fit on the RXM. Now again, it is a little disappointing that the K series will not fit right out of the box. They will need some type of adapter plate, which I'm sure some third party will make, or it needs smaller size pins because of how the holes are. As far as the RMR optics go, it does have an awesome co-witness because the RXM does have suppressor height iron sights. The 509T does not co-witness at all, even with the suppressor height sights. That's something we've seen on pretty much every platform in this video series, so no surprise there. Everything in today's video can be found at freedomgorilla.com. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the RXM, and as always, thanks for watching.